Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the West, more specifically, Denver, Colorado. And more specifically than that, I am in front of the Colorado Springs Mall. Now today is actually going to be my last day here in Colorado. Flew in maybe a week and a half ago, spent some time with family, and then we've been kind of doing some things in Denver over the last couple days. But I wanted to find one more thing to feature here on the channel. And actually earlier in the week, I had actually come to this mall to purchase a pair of Crocs because I broke my Crocs in the Rochester airport as I was already to get on the plane. So we stopped into this mall to get some Crocs, and I found out there was an attraction in the mall, a car museum within this mall. So I figured I'd come back here. I did not have time at the time. I was in a hurry to get my Crocs and go meet up with family, but I figured we would come back and check out the car museum that lies within the Colorado Mills Mall. Please follow me. Entering the mall over here, and look at this, they're having Taco Tuesdays at Guapo Taco, although they better be careful because Taco John owns the trademark to the term Taco Tuesday. There's actually a current lawsuit going on between Taco Bell and Taco John about this phrase, Taco Tuesdays. Taco Bell says that everyone should be able to use that. Obviously, Guapo Taco agrees. And right at the entry here, we have the car museum known as Rodz and Bodz. Rodz and Bodz. Outside here in the window, got a bunch of little tiny vehicles. These like antique children's cars. You can see here in the window there is a version of the Mutz Cuts dog van from Dumb and Dumber. So I've been to quite a few car museums in my day, but I've never been to one inside of a mall. This might be interesting. Alright, so we start here with a Jeep from Jurassic Park. We peek inside here. You can see they have the can of Barbasol, I guess presumably is holding secret dinosaur embryos inside. And then coming up the back here on the Jurassic Park Jeep is this vicious Velociraptor. And over here we have the A-Team van. It says this particular van was used as a way to promote the 2010 A-Team movie. You can peek there inside. Oh, it looks like, are they playing Atari? They have the old Atari controllers there on the seat. It looks like a cozy van. I like how you can turn all the four chairs around and talk to each other. There is the Blue Baller, as they call it. This is the Rodz and Bodz tow truck. That is the car that they use to transport all their other vehicles. Have these two cars here from the movie Death Proof, a Quentin Tarantino movie, and I've never seen this. Even though I feel like I've seen most Quentin Tarantino movies, I've never seen Death Proof. And so maybe I'll watch that at some point. You know, in modern days, I just don't seem to have any time to watch movies, but I will add it to the list, the list of future movies I need to watch someday. See one of my personal favorite movie vehicles back there, the family truckster from National Lampoon's Vacation. Now it looks here like Clark is actually dressed up as he did in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and I love both movies, but I do prefer the original Vacation because actually if you watch Christmas Vacation, they're shown driving a different vehicle. They do not drive the family truckster in that movie for some reason. It appears to have vanished from existence. That's my one complaint about Christmas Vacation. No truckster. But anyway, leave a comment in the comment section. Which movie do you prefer? Do you prefer the original National Lampoon's Vacation or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? I feel like there's people in both camps. I feel a lot of people like the Christmas movie better. This Cadillac here actually belonged to one Elvis Presley, but it says here he owned over 200 Cadillacs, said he would sometimes go into a dealership and buy 20 Cadillacs at one time. So as cool as it is, this was owned by Elvis. Statistically speaking, any Cadillac you see is more likely to have belonged to Elvis than any other person. There's one of the Sinclair dinosaurs that you would have seen at the old Sinclair gas station chain, which actually, out here in this part of the country, there actually is a lot of Sinclair gas stations. A lot in Colorado seem to still have a fair share of Sinclair gas stations. We don't have as many out east. Back there is what they call Outlaw. It's like a monster truck version of a police car. It says it is inspired from the video game Twisted Metal. And then another video game car there in front of that. That is, I think, from Halo, I believe. Okay, yeah, they actually have a ton of different cars here. I guess packed into, you know, a smaller space because we are in a mall, but an amazingly large collection packed in here. Spider-Man here, he doesn't have a car because he doesn't need a car. He just swings through the air on his webs. This is a motorcycle from Top Gun, and here is a famed bit of movie transportation. It is the magic carpet from Aladdin. You see the lamp there used to summon the genie, and the moving carpet, which moves around and has its own consciousness. And I did not know this, according to the sign, that Carpet from Aladdin was the first ever CGI character featured in a film. And it says here, this is the El Camino from El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie. And see that, you can tell because there is a little bag of meth there on the dashboard. Over here we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles party wagon here, the replica of the wagon they had, or van they had from the cartoon. See, all the turtles are here. There's Raphael. Got Leonardo there hanging out inside the van. And I want you to notice there's pizzas all over the ground. And these are, okay, it's Surfer Boy pizzas, so these are actually pizzas from Stranger Things. Perhaps we're have a Stranger Things Ninja Turtle crossover. Over there we have Donatello, the nerdiest of the turtles. And then when I was growing up, this was everyone's favorite turtle was Michelangelo. I guess these cars here are from the TV show Supernatural. I did try to watch that show because it features a lot of interesting things, cryptids and whatnot, and things that I'm interested in. But I don't know. I watched a couple episodes and it just didn't. I don't know. The portrayals of some of the cryptids didn't live up to my expectations. And also, there's a lot of episodes. I think there's multiple seasons. So I don't know. Again, maybe someday when I have more time, I'll try to give it a rewatch. Here's the car from Christine, the evil car that runs over people. You can see it's got some flashing signals there on the windshield. Here we have Wayne and Garth next to the Mirthmobile, which they called Wayne's car. And it says this was one of 3 used in the film. So you see it's got It's got a copy of Queen, a Queen cassette tape, so they can listen to Bohemian Rhapsody. And let me check. Oh yeah, it does have the red licorice dispenser. We have Herbie the Love Bug here, a classic movie car. But look who's lurking there behind him. It is Blucifer, the giant blue horse from the Denver airport, the replica of the giant horse, glowing red eyes, the piece of art that actually killed its artist, one of the most ominous sights in all of Denver. Now this is interesting. We have a mystery car here. It says this car was built as a homage to a certain movie. They're asking you to guess what movie it is. You can win a prize if you guess which movie this is based on. It says there's hints throughout the car. So I don't know. Can you guys figure out what movie this is supposed to be a homage to? See, it says Cold Mountain Penitentiary. So I was thinking maybe Cold Mountain, the movie, but that's probably not likely. Cold Mountain, actually one of my favorite movies, but I don't think this has a very Cold Mountain-y vibe to it. But Cold Mountain Penitentiary, that may have been from another movie I'm not thinking of. Let's see what other hints there are here. Redneck Customs, and then it says prisoner transport, going to ride the lightning on there. I'm stumped. If anyone knows what movie this is inspired by, leave a comment in the comment section. It says this car here formerly belonged to one Jay Leno. Jay Leno, of course, a real big car collector. It's quite the insane collection of cars himself, from what I understand. Here is the truck from Jeepers Creepers. License plate says, "Be eating you." Be eating you. If you look back in there, you can see the creeper there with a bloody torso. Now there's some parts of the movie I do enjoy, but what I don't like is that the twist ending turns out that the director is actually the real creeper. It says stop and look up. Let's see what. Oh, there we go. We have E.T. flying in front of the moon up there in the rafters. This little tiny vehicle back here from the Austin Powers movies. You can see Mini-Me there on top. And then there's a big boy there. And I'm trying to remember, isn't there some connection with the big boy and Austin Powers? Didn't like Dr. Evil hide inside of like a big boy in space? Or am I remembering this all incorrectly? Of course, one of the most iconic movie cars of all time, the altered DeLorean time machine from Back to the Future. And that's actually Marty McFly's truck that I guess he drives when he's not driving around in a time machine. Okay, so I'm a little confused here. There is an electric chair back there, and it says this is an authentic prop from American Horror Story. Yeah, but here it says the chair you see here is a prop from American Horror Story, and then it says American Horror Story Penitentiary. I've seen most seasons of American Horror Story, and I definitely don't remember a season called Penitentiary. Is this? Am I forgetting something? Was there an American Horror Story Penitentiary? I just simply don't have any recollection of that. It says this car was used in the film Mad Max, and then we got a police officer from Mad Max back there. Here is the Pizza Planet truck, an animated vehicle. It says that, I guess it's from Toy Story, but it's been in every single Pixar movie. And we have some Pixar characters up there on the top. Over here we have a whole set of Stranger Things vehicles. This is the Toddfather car, the Surfer Boy Pizza. We saw some of those pizzas over there by the Ninja Turtles earlier. And then we have Jim Hopper's police truck there. Watch out, there's actually a Demogorgon there on top of the truck. Better watch out, those things don't play around. Now this is not a movie car. This is known as Seahorse. Apparently this car, found in a field in Louisiana, was restored and then won the 2019 Denver Auto Show. So a real comeback story. This is a Jeep brand electric bike. You can see the groundhog there in the basket. Apparently this was advertised during the Super Bowl, and Bill Murray was in the commercial reprising his role from Groundhog Day. That's why there's a groundhog in it. Now, a lot of car museums do have Batmobiles, as they are one of the most popular movie cars that you could imagine. But here they have some strange varieties of Batmobiles here that you would normally see at a car museum. You have, this is the Bat Caddy. It's actually a Cadillac modified to look like the original 60s Batmobile. But I guess that was not originally a Cadillac, so this is a Cadillac version of that. Also looks like it's being driven by Lego Batman. And this here is the world's only diesel-powered Batmobile. It says it was used at a Comic-Con in Dubai. And here is a Batman monster truck. So this was used by local charities, local superhero charities to do events. And yeah, look at the back there. It looks like Batman. He's got Joker tied up there in the back of the monster truck. Another extremely iconic car, the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. They used a old hospital hearse and modified it with ghost hunting equipment. There's a proton pack there in the window. Here's the car driven by Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore in the movie Indecent Proposal. But I can't stop looking at Lucifer back there hiding amongst the cars. Oh, Lucifer, you're so evil. Over here, actually added on, for an extra $5, added on this additional experience. It's called Selfies, the Movie Experience. Okay, so some different photo ops in here, some different movie photo ops. Looks like over here, I think this is, I've never seen these movies, but I think I've gathered enough that this is the cast of The Fast and the Furious. I guess they're all at a table together, some sort of family celebration, if I understand correctly. Been provided with some flashing cubes here. We have a comic book scene here with some, looks like towers that are actually covered with pages of comic books. We have some movie seats here, and up above, some objects from some scary movies. Let's see, we got the balloon, Pennywise's balloon from It, Jason's mask from Friday the 13th. We have Chucky's doll, which actually is his actual whole body. Then Freddy Krueger's glove, Freddy Cougar Mellencamp's glove. And I believe, it's just a knife there. I believe by the black glove, I would say that is from the Scream movies. And over here we have a one of those red British telephone books. There's some floating book pages and keys there, and we even have some little magic wand here you can use for posing. It's got a fishing line on it, so you can't steal it. This is 80s desk here. They have some posters from 80s movies, Top Gun, Breakfast Club, and Indiana Jones, and Back to the Future. We've got some 80s equipment here, a joystick for playing video games, a VCR for playing VHS tapes, and a cassette player up here for playing these cassettes. And then this is, they said, a static ball, and they said I was allowed to turn this on and use it. They said it actually generates static electricity. Oh, geez, did you see that? Oh, it like makes a little shock when I try to touch it. But I just touch it with one finger there. Ouch. So I guess that's the only purpose of this ball is to shock yourself. Ow, jeez. Yeah, what madman invented such a contraption? I'm gonna turn this off. Okay, there we go. It's a video game section where we have looks like a Street Fighter game here. My favorite character when I was a kid was always E. Honda. Then I remember the other kids would laugh at me and they say, why do you choose E. Honda? He's not even a real character. He doesn't have any real moves. Oh, I'm trying to do the 100 hand slap, but I'm getting eaten by Blanca here. Oh man, when did I start sucking so bad at Street Fighter? Oh man, he annihilated me. We have like a giant claw machine here from Toy Story. Over here we have the Jurassic Park photo op where you can be in the jungle while you're being killed by a dinosaur. Oh no, no, don't eat my face. No, not my face. We see some Star Wars characters over here. This apparently is a motorcycle built to look like a pod racer from the Phantom Menace. Oh, you see, we have an original Yoda as well as Baby Yoda, and then R2, and everyone's favorite character there in the back, Mr. Jar Jar Binks. Here's the iconic Mystery Machine, the van used by Scooby-Doo and his gang. It says this was made by Hot Wheels, and this is a version of the Hot Wheels little mini Mystery Machine there. So they made a full-size Mystery Machine for Hot Wheels' 50th anniversary. Yeah, they really need to bring back carpet on the walls of cars. Some of these old school bumper cars here. I actually found an old bumper car on eBay I wanted to buy. It was just a matter of transporting it. I think transporting heavy objects like this can be more expensive than actually purchasing them. But maybe someday I'll have my own bumper car. There's Bumblebee from the Transformers movies, and another bee-themed car, the Rumblebee here. It's kind of tiny. Back there is the car from Harry Potter, the exhibition. Apparently this car was mounted above a sign that they had for the exhibition there. Yeah, you can see, I guess it was on display in Times Square there on top of the sign. And look who we have here back behind Harry Potter's car. It's the 12-foot tall Home Depot skeleton and his best friend, the 12-foot tall Home Depot pumpkin monster. Oh, it's also a really cool little Wienermobile wagon back there as well. I think that gentleman's name is Richard Petty, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the back we have a General Lee hidden there in the back. And then I guess this is Starsky and Hutch's car. And there's a full-sized Barbie Jeep. And looks like we even got Barbie herself there in the driver's seat. Oh, look up there. I didn't even notice the Silver Surfer surfing on his silver surfboard up there above the car museum. Looks like the world's smallest semi right there. We have a happy little clown head there. Those would be used to blow up balloons back in the day. So this is interesting. This says this is the actual car used by John Dillinger in an actual heist. And it says that the same car again was used in the film Public Enemy starring Johnny Depp. I wonder if it got these holes in it during the original heist or during the Johnny Depp movie. Here is a screen-used car from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It says this filth on this car. This is actual filth from the movie. It says once this car was purchased, it was never washed, so it has that original Indiana Jones grime on it. Well, you can see the alien skull there up on top. And it also says that Harrison Ford was in this trunk. So at one point, Harrison Ford inside that trunk right there. It says this unique looking futuristic motorcycle was made for a movie called Priest in 2011. I've never actually heard of that movie, but it's a pretty cool futuristic motorcycle. One thing you can count on in any car museum is that they're going to have a big handful of cars from the Fast and the Furious movies. I guess they used a lot of different cars in the movie, so it's only natural that there's a lot to go around for the car museums. Still have not seen a Fast and the Furious movie, but I have rode the ride at Universal Studios. There is the Rat Fink. I think he is the patron saint of funky looking cars. Into the animated section here we have of course Mater from the Cars movies, and I think this is this his buddy here? Is this Lightning McQueen? Oh yes, yes, yes. I didn't see his eyeballs at first, but that is Lightning McQueen there. We have Sarge, who's also from the Cars movies, and then the Flintstones Bubble Racer says this was actually screen used in the John Goodman Flintstone movie. Here's Kit from Knight Rider, the talking car. I'm always, oh yeah, where is he, Kit? It reminds me of Nightboat from The Simpsons. And then also we have here, we have the Blues Brothers and their iconic Bluesmobile, which is a modified police car. Oh wow, this is pretty fun. This is Count Olaf's car from Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, and I remember loving the design of this this car when seeing the movie. I remember it had like the strange, really strange interior of the car. Kind of loved the whole, you know, the whole design of the movie and the feel. Let's see if they can get a peek there in the car. Yeah, you can see it's got like strange and unusual like accoutrements in the dashboard. Can't see them really well, but yeah, I loved the design of this car. Over here, I guess this is a trolley used in New York City in from the 1930s to the 1950s. This is pretty fascinating. This is a GMC truck made completely out of wood. It says not one piece of metal is used here. It says held together by wooden dowels. And apparently everything that can work does work. The doors open, the glove box opens, the wheel turns. Obviously it can't drive because you can't have internal combustion in a wooden engine, but it says that everything like that can turn or move does. Yeah, you can see the under the hood there. That's pretty amazing. Here is the Shaggin' wagon from Dumb and Dumber. It says that this replica here was made by fans. Out here in the mall we have another vehicle here. It's a bus piloted by Elmo and a stuffed bear. It looks like this one is claw machines inside. Oh yeah, these octopuses. See these octopuses everywhere nowadays in claw machines. But you know what, I feel like it's been a long time since we've done a claw machine. Let's give this a whirl here. All right, so let's see. Where is a good octopus? Maybe that blue one right there in the middle. Nope, didn't even budge it. I get a big claw full of nothing. Oh, look at this. There's a train in the mall. That's pretty fun. Wow. A mall train. Also a playground here in the middle of the mall, themed after Mars. The Mars outpost there. See some of the other planets floating above head. And isn't this interesting? It's one of those key machines, but this one apparently you try to win shoes. Okay. Oh yeah, I was wondering at first like what good would these shoes do, but apparently you can trade them in for shoes of your size. It looks like this. Oh, this is a $2,000 shoe right there. Looks like they have some sort of variety of off-brand Croc there. Yeah, it's interesting what you'll see in malls these days. There's the all on target shooting gallery here. You take guns and knock down the targets back there to win prizes. Well, there you go. Looks pretty hard. Like little tiny targets you have to hit with BBs. Got some little kid rides here in the mall. It says Alien Patrol. Well, it looks like they have some little aliens in the back of the patrol car. Oh, I love these. This is a roller coaster simulator here for little kids. They can get a chance to try out roller coasters before getting on an actual coaster. Let's see what roller coasters they have here. Okay, the ride is about to start. Hold on tight. Which roller coaster is this? I didn't say what. So this is like a real roller coaster. I think this is at Cedar Point. There we go. Down the coast, you can see the whole machine's rocking there as we go up and down this roller coaster. I think this is Cedar Point. I think this. If someone knows what roller coaster this is, for sure leave a comment in the comment section. Uh-oh, going around the curve there. We getting ready for a big drop. There we go. Whee! Oh, here we go. Oh, one last jump and back into the station. You know, back when I was a teenager, I actually did go to the mall just for no reason, I remember. Never actually bought anything. I didn't go shopping. Just kind of hung out. Just kind of walked around. Occasionally you pop into a store, peek around, and then just keep walking. I guess, you know, because I didn't have any money and I was really bored. You know, it was back before there was all that much stuff on the internet. So you just kind of go to the mall and wander around aimlessly. Occasionally, I'd buy an orange Julius. That was kind of the mall treat. And here in the mall food court, we have a carousel. Some interesting, colorful animals on here. There's a rabbit back there. Looks like he's missing an ear though. Some kelpies. And look what they have over here. Some vehicles you can drive around. There's a tank right there. Some little like Tron bikes. Or you could drive this giant mech suit around. Oh, that looks fun. Unfortunately, I cannot ride around in one of these mech suits. There's a 200-pound weight limit. This little mini carousel here. It's like a red dog motorcycle. I look like his tongue is like on top of the tire there. Interesting. Oh, watch out. Here comes the mall train. So thank you for joining me here today at the Colorado Mills Mall as we check out the Rodz and Bodz Car Museum. Appreciate you guys coming along with me. Tonight, well, early next morning, I'm going to be leaving Colorado. I have to be at the airport at 5:30 a.m. I like to try to get there 2 or 3 hours early, so I think we'll probably end up headed to the airport probably 2:30, so probably not going to get any sleep tonight. Probably be trying to sleep on the airplane to the best of our ability. But yeah, so I had a great time in Colorado, in Denver, and my biggest disappointment though is that Casa Bonita did not open while I was here. This wasn't the reason that I scheduled to visit Colorado. My mom was coming out here to visit my sister for Mother's Day, and so we did kind of a family get together. Just so happened, but at the same time I was like, wow, that's in May. I think maybe Casa Bonita will be open by then, and I'll be able to visit. But no, sadly, I'm getting ready to get on a plane, and Casa Bonita is not open. I would have loved to have been there for opening day, but alas, you know, there's no certainty in the world of traveling. There is no certainty on the long, lonesome road. But of course, I will be returning to Colorado, to Denver. So next time, I will make sure to stop and visit Casa Bonita once it opens up. The greatest restaurant in the world. So yeah, I'll be headed back tonight. I'm probably not going to be filming my airport adventures because I'm going to be grumpy and tired because I'm not going to get any sleep. So I will definitely be back very soon with more fun, and already got stuff planned for when I get back to the East Coast. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for following along on this Colorado adventure. Again, if you like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun, random stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, including the 4 new Carpetbagger monster face pins that are now available. You can buy one, or if you wanted to buy all 4 of them, there's a discounted price. And also doing videos on Cameo, sending personalized greetings, birthdays, anniversaries. Did some for Mother's Day. Did just any occasion will do. You don't even need an occasion if you'd like to get a personalized message from me. Again, all that information is in the description of this video, and all that helps keep this mall train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.